on not talking about it in favor of talking about the Stranger lane in mid is doing. Bot lane has just been doing so much, getting all of that amazing gold lead, just pushing himself a little further ahead and getting to where he needs to be. Kassadin just there trying to rift walk for the finish. He hits the slow and is just collapsing on her, gets the double quickly and efficiently. His passive of reducing magic damage he takes by 15%, working wonders for him.
Right, and it definitely was good that he came up there, because with Shin going ahead and dying a little bit earlier in that fight, there would probably be a high chance that tower would not be there if he had not gone up.
That is absolutely correct. That is that essentially saved that objective for Final Light Gaming later. Now, we are 22 minutes and 30 seconds into this game, and there is already a 4K gold lead.
Yeah. It's going to come down to the Legends 27 trying to figure out a way to stop the bleeding at this point. If they don't do that, it's not. I honestly couldn't tell you what I can't expect them to actually make something positive come out of this if they can't stop what's going on right now. So they hopefully are going to take a second, think a little bit about what they're about to do, and see if they can't necessarily make a comeback from all of the things that are currently happening in this game. They have all the people necessary to do it. That I'm not worried about. Yeah. It's just whether or not they have the willpower or the desire or capacity or the right strategy to make it actually happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems that overall, just the Legends 27 constantly falling a little further and a little further behind at each fight. The difference is now getting to be nearly 4K for the gold difference. And it's at this point that we expect a fatal flaw, honestly, sadly to say, and are wondering when a mistake will be made by either team that will either allow the Legends 27 to even it out or put Final Light Gaming in a massively better vehicle for driving this game.
I don't know, I'm starting to think that Final Light Gaming is about to... Oh, and Varus goes ahead and dodges all the skill shots. Lee Sin comes in through the back. He roundhouse kicks Zyra into the team. Kassadin's able to do his rift step into Ashe. Ivern goes ahead and takes down the Lee Sin. And we'll see if anyone else decides to go down here. Daisy's pounding on the back line. Ivern is there, but Gangplank is the guy who takes down Shen. Gangplank is the guy who takes down Varus. Gangplank is the guy who takes down Lulu, but Lulu says the buck stops here, and she goes ahead and finishes him off. And it looks like Ivern is going to go ahead and help Talia take down Kassadin, giving the Legends 27 team an ace and the first mid tower.
That is absolutely huge. And with this mid tower, that is 3 towers taken this game. First one for the Legends 27. They have narrowed this gold lead down to only a little more than 1K, which is absolutely massive as far as the game pressure goes. You see a lot of pressure that is just going to be developed through these pick potentials, and if Ashe can get her damage build farther along, then she will be able to do so much damage as far as hitting several opponents with that Runaan's Hurricane in the middle of the fight.
Right. And at this point, I think they should... I think Legends 27 may want to start considering objectives. Like right now, the only objective on the map is Baron, so I think that they may want to consider actually getting to that role a little bit. Otherwise, it's not going to be... they're not going to fully take advantage of the fact that they're currently ahead or catching up at this point. I said Baron might be a little gutsy, but at the same time, you got to be gutsy to make comebacks.
But at the same time, playing safe very frequently is what ends up, saving one as well.
Right.
Overall, Lee Sin is just doing some preliminary scouting in the jungle. We see Varus does have that Blade of the Rune King, Runaan's Hurricane combination, looking to shred the health bars of several different champions. Shen is up top, seeing if he can try to duel with this lifesteal sphere thing. Blob.
Oh, and Talia walls off that entire area. Shen has a hard time actually getting through. She knocks down her own walls, and it looks like she actually does take down Shen, giving him his 4th death of the match.
We are seeing just Shen being able to be picked out by the Legends 27. While he does have a significant amount of tank, when Talia gets in on that fight, she has the AP damage that is needed to take the so much health off that Shen and punish him when he's out of position. He may be split pushing and he may be trying to get pressure, but he has not gotten objectives off it yet. And the Legends 27 are doing very well stopping this split push strategy from entering into full effect.
Right. All right, so it looks like the next dragon is going to be up in the next 10 seconds. What is that dragon? Who's that dragon mon? It's an Inferno Drake.
An Infernal Drake is going to be really crucial for the blue team to get. The Legends really want it because it's honestly all about denial for them right now. If they can, and that is an incredible Varus ult coming out.
And Ashe with her ult, but Cassidy goes ahead and jumps on Talia. Cassidy goes ahead and jumps on Ashe, but Zyra is able to go ahead and finish off Cassidy. It looks like Lulu went ahead and finished off Ivern, and Red Team in the end went and took the Inferno Drake. It will be their 2nd Inferno Drake, and this next dragon is going to be a Ocean Drake. So with that, it's going to be lots of sustain and lots of damage if Final Light Gaming is able to actually take that dragon.
I don't know if there will be a lot of pressure put on this final dragon. With it being a water drake, they already have one of those, and laning phase has ended. The only reason I think you would see a dragon at this point in the game would be if they need to end up filling time and getting an objective off a recent team fight win that they cannot actually push any turrets or inhibs as objectives after. Because while Ocean does contribute to the healing and regeneration, most members of this team do not need that at all. And a lot of them need to live in a shell, or not. Well, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Sort of blanked out halfway through that.
Well, one thing is for certain. Right now, if you look at the builds, Varus decided that he wants to stick to whoever he's attacking. So he decided to pick up a frozen mallet.
That is honestly going to be very interesting, and it will actually help him against people like the Talia, who is definitely going to be trying to get that damage onto him with her poke. With the frozen mallet, that also gives him extra health, which sustains his ability to fight, on top of, making sure that other people have a harder time getting to him so he can peel for himself, and making it so it is harder for enemies to escape him with all of that CC that he also provides through his ult.
Right. So we got a lot going on here. Looks like actually Final Light Gaming is starting to make a motion towards Baron. Either they're waiting to pick someone off, and it looks like Caston kind of jumped the gun a little bit again, because now all of a sudden people are getting caught out. There's lots of fights going on.
Cassidy is on the back.
Down Ashe and Zyra, able to get around that front line. Varus went and took down Talia. Caston took down Ivern, And it looks like now at this point, if they wanted to, they are going to push out top. Top minions were pushing again. It looks like Castan's going to do his best to stop the backs. He gets an ace. This might actually be it. This might be game. Final Light Gaming might be going to the finals after this last kill. They took down the gangplank. He's unable to come through and stop all these guys from coming through. It looks like, though, Final Light Gaming is going to back off. Chances are they're going to go for Baron and one last push to finish the game after they recall from that Baron.
Ash ended up coming back up and is able to wave clear some here, but what we noticed in that fight was the Kassadin was able to get onto the back line. He was able to assassinate the carries and do so much damage to the people that the team of the Legends 27 needed to do their best to protect, but they could not do that, and they lost the team fight, an inhib tower, an inhib, and the Baron off of that.
Yeah, I'm going to say that was probably one of the best places they could have fought. Really confined spaces allows them to take advantage of a lot of their abilities and a lot of their ults. Gangplank's ult in the jungle is going to take up an area, not just a specific lane in the jungle. It's going to take up around one and a half lanes. So that was good. Ivern's Daisy. Daisy knocks people up in a straight line. There isn't much space to move, so you're going to be within that column of rocks to knock you up. Talia has her area that she specifically takes control of in that situation. Ashe, with her frosted shots and Runan's Hurricane, she's able to hit multiple targets in a confined space. Zyra, all of her abilities hit people in confined space. That was the best possible situation for them in that fight, but they were unable to completely capitalize on the situation, and now they are in a desperate position to try and defend their mid inner tower from a full team of Baron empowered minions and champions that are substantially higher level and money compared to their counterparts.
Yeah, in fact, the red team now has developed into an 8k gold lead against their opponents, the Legends 27, and they are now split pushing and taking 2 towers already off this Baron. And it seems that they're even going for a fight.
And Ivor gets caught out by the Lee Sin. Lee Sin didn't like him, and now Shin goes ahead and taunts Ashe, keeps her in place while Castan goes ahead and finishes her off. Castan throws down his Zanyas, but Zyra's able to get the kill in a second. Lulu goes ahead, casts Wild Growth on Shen, gets him out of that fight, but now it looks like a second inhib is about to go down. Shen and Varus and Lulu are still left with that Baron buff. They're going to go ahead and potentially rotate mid. Oh, it looks like they're going for the Nexus towers. Shen goes ahead, he goes and taunts in. Lulu might be getting ready to die here. Lulu goes down because of Talia's work. I don't know if Shen needs to turn back around and try and stop her, but he decides to taunt out of that situation. Varus goes ahead and takes down one of the Nexus towers. It looks like unless they work quick, the second Nexus tower might be going down too. It does go down. There is nothing left defending their Nexus other than the mid tower and the mid inhib. This is looking to be the last push for Final Light Gaming to go ahead and get to the final match of this tournament. Before they go back, they go ahead and take an Ocean Drake, and they go ahead and recall, take a quick break, and prepare themselves for that final push.
Yeah, on the way out, they just easily grabbed that last Drake, and also, with that being the last Drake before the 35-minute mark, that means the next Drake is going to be that Infernal, or not Infernal Drake, but that Elder Drake, a large, very, very potent damage and fighting-oriented objective, and that Kassadin burst makes that GP disappear. When you look at the scalings on Kassadin, what he did there was 2 simple abilities. He Rift Walked to get the damage, and he used his Empowered Nether auto attack with the Lichbane proc to do massive damage. If my memory serves correct, that actually does 130% AP damage.
Oh, And considering the massive amount of damage along with Magic Pen that he is running right now, that definitely is not something that Gangplank was completely prepared for.
Absolutely, and this guy is probably looking to grab a Rabadon's for his final item. I'm interested in seeing what his AP level